What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm ModeIJ and we are locked in. This is the recap for Power Book for Force, episode 8. Now remember, we do have a break going into episode 9 and 10. So next week there is no episode and I should have the studio up and going. Last thing that we seen was Vic and Tommy taking out Special Agent Vargas. Now we know that the feds are watching and this ain't doing nothing but bringing more heat to the whole CBI organization, because right now everyone is all over the place. Now, before we jump into this and break down this episode, if you like power content, breakdowns, theories, and predictions, recaps like this, then hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. I'm on that road to 50,000 subscribers, so each and every one of you, I appreciate you. And if you don't see it at 100 likes, hit that like button. Now, let's go ahead and jump into it. This is the recap for episode 8 of Book 4 Force, and I gave this episode a 7.5, 8. We got a lot of bodies, and I'm going to have the studio sometime either this week or before episode 9, and we'll have the body counter. This is the recap for episode 8. We start right where we left off. Vic put a bullet in Agent Vargas, and Tommy, he's been in this situation numerous of times. So he's saying, let's make it look like a robbery, and if the feds are on us, let's see if he has any information. Luckily for them, he doesn't. But Vic knows that he's in the wrong. So when Tommy goes to look for a tracking device at the bottom of the vehicle, he acts like he finds it on the inside so Tommy won't get on his trail, because he doesn't want to come off as a snitch, because in the Power universe, snitching usually ends up in a pine box. So Vic is very scared at the moment. Tommy is nervous, but he knows how to handle the situation. While Tommy is out there handling business, Diamond is handling business. And if you know what I mean, he's handling business. Now, Gianna, she's cooking breakfast for him and she's letting him know, you're not special. I cook this breakfast all the time. Now, if you remember, Diamond did choke out Leon's father, Jamal. He's out of town. Allegedly, he's in Detroit. And Gianna, she went to Pound Town. But Diamond is getting connected with her and she lets him know that her number one priority is her son, Leon, and she must protect him because she knows who Diamond is. Her neighbor told her that Diamond is Diamond of CBI. Vic is having flashback and he's nervous as hell. And guess what? The feds bring him in. Stacy Mark wants answers. She's asking, where's Agent Vargas? What did you have to do with him? Now, Vic, he plays it off and gives them the recording and says, I got information on Tommy Egan. I don't know where Vargas is at. Now, Stacy Marks is applying that pressure and she's telling Vic, I need questions answered. And if you don't have them, then you're going down. Now, DeFranco, he's a little resistant and he's playing the good cop. He's like, hey, you got to chill. You got to chill, because any information he has, he's going to keep it away from us if you're pressuring him like this. Tommy tells Diamond exactly what happened with Agent Vargas. And of course, Diamond is looking like, damn it, Tommy, I knew I should have kept you on a short leash. But Tommy is saying, well, if the feds are watching, we just got to move a little bit more carefully. Also, we just got the other crew with us and we need to go talk to SOD. Now, they got DSD with them and now they need SOD. Man, they're trying to get the whole city together and make a coalition where no one beefs with each other, but we all get money. Diamond's looking at it like, Tommy, you need to chill just a little bit because the block is hot. Speaking of the block being hot, Stacy Marks ain't playing around. She pulls up on Tommy. Now, I made a prediction when we first seen the season teaser that she was going to pull up on Tommy and question him about some things. Now, DeFranco doesn't want her doing this, but she's taking matters into her own hands. She even calls Tommy out and says, you can fake your death in New York, but out here in Chicago, it's a little bit different. And she's talking about putting RICO charges on Tommy. She's talking about throwing the book at Tommy. My only question is, how is she doing all this and knowing that Tommy faked his death when in New York, by this time, Tasha has already took the trial, the stand, and said that Tommy was the one that killed Ghost. So if she has all this information about him being dead in New York, she should just bring him in. But she also brings up the point that, hey, you might be messing with Miguel's sister, and that right there can get you killed. So you either you work with us or she's going to reveal the information and get him killed backdoored by the cartel. Vic was contemplating actually leaving the city, but Tommy ends up knocking on the door. Now, his best bet was to run because the feds are after him, and Tommy is inching closer to figuring out who is the snitch and giving up information. Now, what Vic does is he tries to flip everything and say, If there is a snitch, it might be Jenard. Remember, he's a junkie. I've been giving you all the information, Tommy. You can trust me. But Tommy, one thing we know about him is he's irrational. He might act before he thinks, but then when you look at it, he's actually thinking while he's acting, and his reaction is usually the best. So where's he going to go after this? Straight to Jenard, and he has to question him because the feds are watching. While everyone's working, Miguel's trying to make moves also, because remember, Grandma was telling him that Tommy is making moves in these streets and he got the coalition together. He already got DSD. So Miguel is talking to DSD and he's like, come work for me. The Serbs are cut off. You can get that work for 1,000 less. The only problem is DSD is working for Tommy and Tommy's getting the work from Miguel. So they're really cutting Miguel out, but this is Tommy's plan. So he can become the connect for the whole city of Chicago. And Miguel, he's starting to peep it slowly but surely. Sometimes you drag your feet, you miss out on opportunities. Shanti and Claudia, they've been working together behind the scenes. Now Jenard shows up and Tommy puts him in a little chokehold and he wants answers. He wants answers of who's working with the feds. And Jenard's like, listen, I wouldn't even do that. You got to check everyone else. DSD, SOD, shit, MOE, everybody, because you bringing in all these random people, Tommy. It could be anyone. Now, Jenard, him and Shanti have a plan to eventually take out Tommy. But at this moment, he's like, listen, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm trying to make stuff happen. And why would I even switch on CBI when y'all just brought me back in? So this has Tommy wondering, who could it be? But Jenard, he has a poker face. He's bluffing. Well, he isn't working with the feds, but he's keeping him and Shanti's plan up under the rug. So when they pull the rug from up under Tommy, it'll be exposed. With Shanti and Claudia trying to expand their business, remember, Claudia is getting protection from the Serbs. So Mirkovic shows up and he hears that she's trying to expand her business with Shanti into the Viagra Triangle, putting their drugs into new clubs. Now, Mirkovic, if he's doing the security, says, I want in. Now, they're already splitting it 50-50. So if Mirkovic wants in, that's 33% to each character, and Mo gets that last 1%. But that's neither here or there. But Mirkovic is saying, if I'm not in on the deal, then I'll tell Tommy that I'm pulling my security off of you, and that'll get Claudia X'd out. So at this point, Claudia has no other option because she doesn't have any muscle, and Mirkovic is the one providing all of the security for her. There's a meeting with SOD at 6 p.m. Tommy already set it up. Diamond gets a text message, we good to go. But Leon shows up, and Leon saying, I'm about to be on TV and I have a speech. Diamond, could you go over my speech with me and help me out? Diamond is like, okay. Then Leon says he's going to show up at 6 o'clock p.m., the same time that the deal is going down. Now, Diamond has been missing out on a lot of deals, so I know that's going to have Tommy a little weary, but Diamond is trying to do the right thing in the community. We haven't seen Mr. JP in a while, but he shows up and he sees that, well, Kate, she's on the couch drinking like she always does. Now, we do hear Kate mention that she went to New York to handle some business. We're going to piece that together a little later. But he's saying, listen, you got to get right, Kate. And Darnell is alive. I just don't want you to see him because you drinking, this could cause problems for the kid. I had to keep that away from you because look at you. You're not responsible. So JP wants Kate to be in his life because remember, he grew up without her. She took Tommy and left. So he wants her around, but he wants her to be stable. Tommy, Vic, supposed to be Diamond. He doesn't show up. Jenard shows up in his place. They go to meet with SOD and they're saying, listen, let's squash the beef between SOD and CBI and let's get this money. We already got DSD. We already got Garfield Park with Shanti the showstopper. We're really out here getting this money. Now, it sounds good. But in between this meeting, a door opens up and Mirkovic shows up. He's not playing. I'm talking laying everybody down. There's some bodies dropping and I'm going to have to count them up a little bit later. But this is what we want to see in these last episodes of Power. A lot of bosses talk that talk, but Mirkovic showed up with his crew and the Serbs and they were handling some business. I'm talking gunshots everywhere. Oh, my goodness. Everyone's going down. There's bodies on both sides dropping. SOD members, Serbs, Tommy, Vic, and Jenard, they make it up out of here, and so does Miriam. But there's a person that shows up behind Tommy. And when you see Jenard, he wants to kill Tommy, but he doesn't do it, and he shoots the Serb that was right behind him. Diamond missed a meeting. He teaches young Leon how to tie a tie, and when he drops him off at the house, the two gentlemen that have been getting into it with Leon since the beginning of time, they see him, and they know that Leon is about to be on TV. And these two haters say, "You think you better than us?" Well, little do they know, Leon has been in the ring and he knows how to squabble. Unfortunately, in the 2020 time period that we're in, these kids don't know how to take an L. So even though Leon got a couple of punches off, the young man gets up, grabs the gun, or as 50 Cent would say, get the strap and got to shooting. R.I.P. to young Leon. And we see an emotional side of Diamond we never seen, and he had the same yell that Ghost had when Angela died. We see the Garcia siblings having a conversation that they needed to have. The only problem is Mireya is still upset with McDowell and everything that he's been doing, especially with going to the doctor and messing up his hands. But McDowell is saying, "You are my life and I love you." But she's still upset. Even though we know she loves him, she just isn't saying anything at the moment. She's the little sister. You know how sibling relationships are. Well, this quinceañera is supposed to be for Che's daughter. And, well, Tommy, he shows up because he wants to make a good impression. Tommy shows up and pays his respect. He even gives credit to McDowell for making things happen for him. And what he's telling Che is, if it wasn't for McDowell, I wouldn't even be able to do this. And we're making so much money. I got SOD with me. I got Garfield Park. I got DSD. Oh, and here's a gift for your daughter. So Che is seeing it and he's like, man, I like the white boy. But we know that grandma's been telling McDowell we need to get on Tommy's case, because if not, he's going to go ahead and bypass you and be next in line to take over the cartel and be the connect in Chicago. So Tommy's playing a dirty game, but this is Tommy fucking Egan. Mireya is upset with Tommy by stepping over the boundaries and showing up because this is a dangerous game that they're playing. She's telling Tommy, what you're doing could get us both killed. If McDowell finds out that we're messing around, it's over with. But Tommy's saying he's tired of hiding. Tommy wants them to be an official couple. He already told Holly's ghost that he loves her. But Mireya, she doesn't want to hear none of that. And she storms off. And she got a new Audi R8. That thing is clean. Or I think it was the A8. The R8 is more of a sports mode. But she got a nice car that Tommy helped her pick out. Mireya drives home, and guess who's waiting on her? Stacy Marks. And she just lets her know, hey, you messing with Tommy Egan? All I'm saying is that there's a RICO coming down, and if you don't want to be a part of that RICO, then you might want to reconsider talking to Tommy. Oh, also ask him about Lakeisha Grant. And you all know Lakeisha. She was ratting. Tasha killed her. Tommy didn't really have nothing to do with it, but according to the law, it all looks like Tommy Egan did it. So Mireya, she's really got a second guess on what's really going on with Tommy Egan. Shanti's still making plays behind the scene, letting Jenard know, you didn't shoot Tommy, that's a good thing. But they show up to Tommy's crib and they tell Tommy, hey, Shanti is working with Claudia and the Serbs. They got a deal. Tommy's upset about that because they ain't messing with either one of them. CBI's doing their thing with the cartel. But Shanti says, hey, this is a peace offering. We'll give you Claudia and the Serbs because we want to work with you. So Tommy's like, bet, let me know everything they got going on. But little does he know, Shanti and Jenard, they got stuff going on. But Jenard explains that Diamond isn't showing up because the kid, aka Leon, he got shot. And right now, Diamond is going through it. Stacy Marks brings Vic back in for questioning, and now it's the full court press. She's saying your story isn't adding up. Agent Vargas had notes, and you were supposed to meet up with him. Now she's telling them, either you give me information on Tommy Egan, or you're going down for the murder. Well, Vic folds, and he tells her straight up, Tommy Egan killed Special Agent Vargas. Now, if you watch DeFranco, he's looking at it like, man, this ain't right, because she ain't playing it by the rule book. But at this point, Vic is all for himself. Everyone screwed Vic over, and now Vic is doing the screwing. Diamond is going through it. He's in the barbershop drinking. He got bricks on his lap. He got money in his lap. He got the whole world in his hands. Unfortunately, Leon died, and he feels so guilty about it. Tommy shows up, and he's wondering why he's sitting in the dark. But then right after Tommy shows up, Leon's father, Jamal, had told Tyrone Reeves, a.k.a. Mr. Don't Play, well, Diamond is still in the game. So Tyrone shows up, and he's getting ready to arrest Diamond and take him back. Well, Diamond said he ain't going back, and he takes a straight edge razor. And, well, R.I.P. to Mr. Don't Play, a.k.a. Mr. is dead today. Tommy got to lock the door, and we got to figure it out. All right, there you go. The recap for episode 8. I gave it a 7.5, 8. I know it's leading up to a very good episode 9 and 10. Let me know what you think about the Tyrone Reeves situation. And is she going to believe that Diamond didn't have anything to do with this? Let me know what you think. I'm MoDI. Remember, there is a break next week. I'm getting the studio set up. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers. I just got 2 new monitors, so it looks like everything is falling in place. Hit that subscribe button. We're trying to reach that goal, 50,000 by the end of the year. And if you don't see this video at 100 likes, hit that like button for me. Thanks for watching. I'm MoDI, and I'm out.